Welcome to Under the Influence podcast, where I have the distinct honor of chopping it up with some of the country's dopest lyricists that have stopped by here at Sotra Cyphers to come drop a bar or two. And today, another one of those extremely important episodes. A very full circle moment, you know. Why, you ask? Well, once upon a time in a land far, far away. Yeah, kidding. So in 2000 and I don't know, 7-ish, I was I was 2 years into making beats, and I was shy kid, timid, it's just me and my computer, you know. My sister, shout out to my sister, Krook'd Talks, shout out. She was the extrovert. I know everyone, right? So she had a lot of homies. And the one thing that she would always do when hanging out with said homies, she would just randomly drop these few words. She would go, "My brother makes beats." And every time she would say that, if it fell on the right ears, the said friends would go, "Oh, really? When can we hear them?" So one day, she says that to one particular gentleman. My sister goes, "Oh, by the way, homie, by the way, I make whack beats. Let's not, they are horrible beats, but as you collab." She goes, "Yeah, my brother makes beats." And one homie in particular is like, "Oh, word, I should check him out sometime." Alright, cool. Fast forward, my sister basically forces me to go out to a hip-hop session that was happening here at Mapetla Park. And I get there and I meet everyone. I meet said gentleman. And said gentleman is like, "Hey, sup man, you Kolo's brother." To be honest, I don't know how it went. All I remember is that we met, and then I said, "Yeah, man, I make beats. If you want beats, come through Sning, and whatever." I didn't care. I wasn't a people's person, still not. But as you call up, I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And then fast forward, I don't know if it was a month or a week, but sometime later, a gentleman pulls up and he's like, "Yeah, man, so let me hear those beats." Before all of that happened, I was making music with two of my best friends, Kabza and Emi. Shout out. We're part of quite a group called Bloodhounds, right? So when we were making music with Machita, it was pretty obvious, even back then, that amongst the three of us, the only one who would still be making music 20 plus years would be me. Because I would always force the niggas, "Yo, gents, let's record. Yo, gents, I should need double take." And Machita, much love to them, they know, but they were never really sharp. So when they sort of grew out of the whole music thing, I wasn't making music with anyone. So fast forward again to when I met said homie through my sister. This was the first artist that I officially started making music with. Who am I talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good homie, Chaka the Great. Now I'm saying, if we're talking day ones, if we're talking the beginning, the genesis of everything that you are seeing here it is. But before we begin, I want to play you something, maniac. There's a little clip from an up-and-coming MC, Okay. I want you to let me know if you think he's nice or whatever. If he's whack, don't be afraid.
Are you sure? That's a question that you ask me.
If he's whack, don't be afraid. Know what I mean?
No, sure.
Let's get the show on the road, maniac.
Busy.
Yeah. West. Yo, I spit that ghetto glory rhyme shit. The feeling that comes with it is priceless. Used to snuff niggas out in ciphers. Devise rhymes, kick styles from the southwestern townships for niggas who really live on that crime shit. Here's us Mgontika, I was born on a boat. I'm at 5, I'm a getang, I'm a stocious no dude. I want my paga, bang at aga, man, I check on the coast. Hema batana, bang at Klata, man, I get daily zoos. A koala get saucy, everything is a violent approach. One and gun is in the plan, style was Nichols, my bang at Gavi, do me trans, niggas come for your dog. So all the side, it's never bad if you don't call this place home. Sikhoze zami mazingahlali ichalo uzoshoda ngesikhathi umatrasi phansi nabo mama bagcoka amachala be-society Saturday ekuseni kuzoduma amabhasi rawukhapha rewisa Avalon reload-tosa lekasi ntwana kamseli ka ngeke bangikhola ngephuka ngithela kangani ngivuke ngwakomsotra kuyokutsa amadoda uyamazi uchaka amaseka etsoza nigga I break you bitch slap you out of those fake shoes spit on the nerd raps and these fake dudes displays crews knuckle game crazy and face you then blaze through whoever think they styles could take dude to break through these niggas sucking dick like it's all madness, the cycle of fame and fortune is sadness. Said niggas flock to it, yo, it's bad shit, all I'm asking. If you really fuck with this rap shit, then why these famous niggas getting props for their whackness? See the fact is, parola money got you with dancing. Corrupt culture chosen over focus and talent, decreasing the standards, but pretending it's that lit. These naked fatherless fucks couldn't fuck with my faction. Shit is ass backwards, but never Chaka, I'm the truth. Thumping through your cipher like a seasoned soldier with his boots. Once a black, green and gold, I send my Shona the salute. 93 Mandela nigga got the shooters on the roof, silencing your troops. Shove the trouble shit up your then turn around and do my little dance. Laughing cause I got these niggas really mad and they don't really understand that Chaka holds the upper hand. Kumsungako nalesifebe sikuzalayo lesport sibiza ngomama ntwana ikheka lomphakathi inkomo yestrad phecelezi yehoshi yeslat udenkuthi asikwazi ngqondo uthatha amashansi
balana amadlebe bantwana emakhaya
sibongo sakamama you whole fucking reject phika ke phela ngikhatsa fasting mina ke left ngisondele chucks mangaba wazi ke bazokutshela uchaka ke le nombolo 5 phezulu 6 pin mpaka nice ntwana ask your ticket ngiphisana ngesigubhu ngada ama CV asibheke isincane sibona lokhu sincikile ngisiphaphele ngispantsula nyama sasethi
Big easy gaithunyana was cute. Chaka the Great.
Yo.
Give me the pound, man.
What's good?
What is going on, my nigga?
Easy.
Alright, man. Yeah, man. Before we get the show rolling, man. For those people that are not familiar, you know, who is you? Where's you from? And what is you about, my nigga?
Yo. This could go very terribly considering how unfiltered I can become. But Joe, typical Pariasa next door. Like I'm that guy just from next. At least that's how I view myself. Just the regular professional Sowetan, if you would.
Professional Sowetan. Like I wear the shit on my sleeve. It's just a regular guy.
Literally,
this man has a tat of Soweto on his arm. So when he says he wears it on his sleeves, he means it literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a regular tagular, Joe. I'm not. Yeah. I don't know. Like out, just another typical Sowetan that you'd find. I just happen to rap very fucking well.
Yes, that's the part that we were cutting towards. Yeah, you look okay, sharp, ordinary little boy. Okay, whatever. But yeah, definitely, well, at least in our circles, one of the most respected MCs. If you did not know, now you know, right? But before we get into all of the rap stuff, I know you as like probably musically, like your palette is like mad extensive, right? So I wanna kick it off with finding out what on earth was Tshepo listening to endlini? Like, so mom's is cleaning, there's music playing in the dining room, mom's is cooking, there's music. What music was playing in the dining room when you was 3, homie?
When I was 3.
I mean, it doesn't have to be 3 exactly. You know
no,
what I'm saying?
Weirdly enough, like I can't really say I have memories, but it's just those random pictures of like your childhood. So I was lucky to have cool parents. Like my parents were the socialites. my house was the house with music where all the friends gathered. Bazo weekend, bazo thengela amabhiya, kudlala music, and it was just always there. And I like also another thing that's I guess that why this 3-year-old mark is so, I guess it stands out because I had siblings, right? I have siblings, and when I was 3, they were the ones playing music. It was my parents, like, so those people have very different tastes in music. Pops is more Motown. My dad's not really a jazz guy. Like, he's not one of those pretentious jazz heads. Like, he just likes Motown. I'm talking like Billy Withers, all that. The Three Tops or whatever those bands are. Mom's similar lane, bit of gospel, bit of local, Brenda Fassie, the usual. Then you get to my siblings. I'm the firstborn son, so my sister played like a shit ton of R&B. I know R&B songs I do not care about.
As with most older female siblings.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when she was on cleaning duty, she had like we had this huge ass. Pops was a music head too, so we had this huge ass techniques system, and every bloody Saturday, the first thing you'd wake up to is like fucking Tamia or whatever was popping at that day, or however she was feeling on that day, I guess. And yeah, that was the music that was around. And again, I guess another thing is very important is growing up in Soweto. So your neighbor might be into a certain style of music. Your back opposite neighbor might be into a certain style of. So all these things are just happening simultaneously, and you have no option but to actually hear it. You might not be listening, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I know a bunch of R&B songs I do not care about because it was just played that much. And yeah, that was the music, I guess, growing up in the house. Just a bunch of R&B, a bunch of Motown, gospel, and a bit of local. Yeah, that was the music.
Now, when does hip-hop come into the picture? Because with most people that I've spoken to, it's usually through like an older brother or like an older male cousin. So in your case, you had an older sister who was just baptizing you with the R&B, right? So how do you then stumble across hip hop? Who puts you on?
I don't think it's one moment. It's not like this one moment where you're like, oh, this is when like I fell in love with hip hop. I just like music.
Yeah.
Because it was just there. You couldn't ignore it. So, and I'm a 90s baby. Mm-hmm. So this was the era of R&B and like, I want to say hip hop, but specifically West Coast hip hop was popping. Warren G, Snoop Dogg, Dre, all those people. And it was just on TV. Like, it was just there. I wasn't even paying attention to it. It was just something that just happens. Like, it might be in the morning, right? They're preparing you to go to school and the TV's on and I'm a music video just playing. You know what I'm saying?
Bob TV, shout out.
That was the actual fucking channel I was going to reference.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it might have been Bob TV. And they'd play like these West Coast G-Funk style of rap, and there'd be a bunch of R&B, and that I think would be my earliest memory of interacting with hip hop. Because if I'm going to be honest, I was late to hip hop.
Oh, where?
Like, I just liked hip hop as a musical genre.
Yes.
But I didn't even know it was called hip hop. You rap,
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, I like the song. I don't care what it is. I'm that type of person. I like what I like, and what I don't like, I don't care. So these songs would come on, and some of these melodies would stick in your head, like, oh, this is a cool ass song. But you are oblivious to the hip hop world. You just know what you like the song. that would be the earliest memory of hip hop. The first time I get to see the hip hop world was, so being the first Bonsane Dladlin came with the fact that I had to be outside to go find my brothers. And I guess I was just like this cute kid that everyone took to until the older homies always gave me a pass. One of those was Uthon. He was like the hip hop guy.
Shout out Thorn.
Shout out Thorn. And he just liked me, just the local kid. Like he just take me everywhere. And one time he took me to the park, Proteama Petla Park. And this is during the Kasimental era. So this is like the beginning of the Soweto Sessions era. And you get there, and I think that was the first time I was like, the hell is this?
What's going on?
Until like you see the stereotypical images of like underground hip hop, like dreadlocks, long, a fatigue gear, niggas with backpacks, big ass shoes. You're like, okay, but I don't think even then it got me. It was just interesting to be there. And like, wow, when's Alalanda? So yeah, it's like a bunch of moments. Like my cousin Uneo, Connie cousin Amukiti. Uneo is another one who I guess I could refer to as my older brother, because I didn't have an older brother. So your cousins would be your first like reference to an older brother. They were into hip hop. Kiki, Ulebu, Uvoyo. They were like the hip hop heads, and like as in Dwana, these are the cool people that you look to. Like, oh shit, they're doing that. Maybe I should do that as well. So it's like a bunch of moments that I can recall. I don't think I have a moment where I was like, oh, I love hip hop. However, I do know when I actually wanted to do hip hop. That I have a very clear memory of. But as far as like when I then started like, ooh, okay, hip hop, nah. Because now I'm a Kwaito kid. Before hip hop,
Right, yeah.
So, so when you grow up with your siblings,
yeah.
And then at 7 years old, mom asked me, yo, you know how you have your story about Fuji's and the score?
Yes.
So similar situation.
Shout out Mom Dukes.
Similar situation. Yeah. So I'm asked Kuti like, yo, what do you want? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, I grabbed 925 Zola South Mandos.
Yes.
And that was the first piece of media that was mine.
Damn.
And yeah, that was followed by, I think, TKZ Halloween the following year, if I'm not mistaken. Bongo Muffin Concerto. T-Scorp was out here wild. Like, I'm a tip, like, that was the sound of Soweto.
Yeah.
Quiet. YFM is like,
yes.
Young turn. So, hip-hop was, I liked the music. I did not necessarily care about, like, the other stuff until, like, much later.
Yeah. But obviously, there was probably a point where there was that one MC, that first MC, if you can recall, where you were like, maybe I can do this rap thing too, yo.
It wasn't even a rapper. Like, I did not care about rap.
Yeah?
Like, I genuinely, like, Makash. People don't consider Makash a lyricist.
Man.
Makash was like heavy.
That answer for me from a South African MC might be the best answer we've gotten, because
Makash got busy, dog.
Makash, come on. Yes, go on.
Again, for me, it's not about this nerd thing of cramming punchlines on a shitty beat. I don't care about your nerd garbage, though. It's music. The first rule of MCing, if you want to go into this hip hop thing, is move the crowd.
Yeah.
Make music that's going to move the crowd. It's not supposed to be you reading a speech on stage.
Damn.
And tell us we're here to have fun. Take that shit elsewhere.
Damn.
Even if we're not here to have fun, maybe it's not even a happy song. It could be a sad song. Mm-hmm. It could be an angry song. It's supposed to move you in some way, not you just hurling a bunch of forced shit my way. Like, I hate that. Mm-hmm. So when I listen to music, that's the first thing I listen for. Yeah. Like, stylistically, where are you at? Are you just another one of these bootlegs out here? Are you forcing an image from somewhere? Like, who are you and what do you want to say?
Yeah.
Beyond hey, me, I can write punchlines. I don't care about this. That's not even as difficult as you want to pretend it is. It's really not. Like we're just rhyming. Hip hop has a very low entry level. You need words. You need to make those words rhyme. End of story. That's so I rap.
Sure.
So it's not this. They like to, these nerds. They like to make it like seem like it's not really that difficult. Making music is the difficult part.
Yeah.
Like making something that someone who doesn't even know you might cry to because they heard it at the right time and they're going through whatever, or you might pick up their mood. You might just give them hope. That's the difficult stuff to make.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all this other stuff is like, okay, now we are rap. Okay, Mr. New York, whatever. And so like that's my like Mdala. I know sometimes it comes off like I'm like anti hip hop.
A better old head.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say bitter. Ukula.
Yeah.
Ukula. Like at some point you get to a point where if you're a normal person, that is a reach. But you get to a point where you get over this gimmick. You've collected enough data and information about what you are doing to come to a conclusion that this is what this is.
Yeah.
And when that happened, my mind switched off. Then hip hop became boring again. And so I was like, so gahle, all we are doing is just running around pretending to be fake New Yorkers.
Yeah.
And Shem, you can't blame us because that's where the influence came from. It's the propaganda. Like that's the reason why we speak the way we do. Our English is more American. Yeah. The way we dress is more. The way we dress is more American. We carry ourselves more like Americans because of the Hollywood influence.
Right.
We have a bunch of propaganda from America coming in, and that's what we grew up on. So you can't just switch that off. I'm telling you, it has a very clear influence on who we are. So I did not care for hip hop. I was, however, hanging out with this kid called Twiggles, model guy, Tato. Shout out Tato Twin. Shout out Twiggles. And so basically he was my childhood best friend, if I could put it in that way. Like we hung out a lot together. And I was just at Tato's house. Like I was just a fat kid at Tato's house, just running around. And what caught me was Tato has an older brother. I don't know if you know the name, Dennis Trent.
Yeah.
Dennis Trent, crazy designers doing big things in Europe. And they were like the older kids, right? They were the teenagers running around. They were the kids at the park.
Right.
Right? SMO, Sahan, Hooligan, all those people. So they'd come through to chill at Tato's house. And me and Tato would just be there. There was another kid also from next door, Gabo Tato, Mpiaki. So it was just the three of us, me, Tato, and Mpiaki. And we just hang around. And every time these people would come through, they'd play like this music, like not like hip hop and Israel.
Yeah.
Because I mean, actually hip hop is a TV. About Snoop Dogg, about Tupac, about Biggie, Gumnandi. And then these people come here and they dress very weird. Until they hip hop ongayazi. Snini Kali rock. Like what the hell is happening? So those were like the first, I guess, instances of me being curious, like very, very curious. When I started seeing like next to me, it wasn't at the park anymore.
Yeah.
It was now happening here. I'm like, this is interesting. And Tato now obviously being influenced by his older brother. And Tato is like a few years older than me. I look to him as like an older homie of sorts.
Yeah.
So he's having an influence on me. He's bumping all this music about Mos Def. I remember the first tape he actually gave me was Mos Def.
Black on both sides.
I want to say Black on Both Sides. I don't know. It was a bootleg, so it might have been a bunch of Mos Def songs.
Black on most sides.
Black on Most Sides, yes. Shout out. But yeah, that would be like the earliest moments of me like remembering like, I think I want to, or not even think I think I want to, it's like, these niggas look cool.
Yeah.
Not even cool. It was just something interesting about them. It's like, yo, this is very interesting. The moment that I wanted to rap, where I was like, okay, yeah, I want to do was way later. Because then when I'm hanging out with Tato, this is like the era of Bad Boy Tilly and Sansa. So every time I'd come back from school, me and Tato would be hanging out, would be doing tapes, we'd be taping on Mcebisi Live.
Yeah.
Niggas would come on the radio and rap. It was like, that was just our thing. More so Tato's thing more than mine. I just had the system, the hi-fi system to record these things.
Yeah.
And Tato being my best friend, so he was always at my house as well. And yeah, you're like, oh, okay, sharp. I don't think I want to rap until I find out Aesop Rock. So Aesop Rock is my version of Eminem to you. Like what Eminem is to you is Aesop Rock to me. Like I was playing hip hop for years. I did not, it was cool. Again, I like the music. I can appreciate the music for what it is. I did not necessarily care about being active in that world. What had happened was typical Soweto stuff. My neighbor, back opposite Usanza, walks by. He hears me playing Bahamadia. Now you're asking, why am I playing Bahamadia and I don't even care for hip hop? It was Tato's disc. It is like Tato just happened to leave by the house and me, I'm like doing the yard, cleaning up and little Bahamadia. Usanza uyadlula. Sanza is like one of the park kids. He's like an older homie. He's like, yo, dlala Bahamadia thing. I'm like, I don't even know who Bahamadia is. I'm just playing this disc. Bro. There's a couple of nice songs here. Cool. It's like, oh, okay. Bon, let's trade. I want that disc. I'll give you something I think you'll like. Like, sure. I don't care about.
But it's not even your disc, man. Why are you trading shit that isn't yours, man?
That's the thing. It's like the exchange of music back then. This is pre-internet.
Yeah.
So Fufama cassette, tapeles, peneli CD. It was just the era.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, nah, cool, Sanza, here you go. And he comes back with a CD of Aesop Rock Labor Days.
Right.
So this would be somewhere in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And put on the fucking CD, press play. And for a while, it's like Aesop is dense. So a lot of this thing is just flying over my head. Like, what is this? And then Big Bang comes on.
Right.
There's a song on Labor, if not Float. I'm not sure if it's Labor or Float, but there's a song called Big Bang. It comes on. And what catches me, or the first thing that caught me about Aesop Rock was his voice.
Yes.
Like he has a very deep baritone voice.
Like someone we know.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, the voice is like, okay, and the cadence is like very slow. It's not like the hip hop boy you remember the TV. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. I'm like that type of hip hop. Lay slow. I'm like, what the? Okay. And then Big Bang comes on. Big Bang is a change in the tempo. It's a bit more faster. And then the cadence he puts on that song. I was like, what? Played it again. And then at some point I'm like, I need to figure out what this guy is saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like the cadence. I like how it sounds. I like his voice, but I have no fucking idea what this guy is saying.
I think for me, that's where my relationship with Aesop ended. Because I was like, yeah, no, hi. Buddy. Because I heard him like once or twice. I was like, yeah, no, this is not.
This is way too much. Yeah.
It's too much.
So me being the person that I am, I get bored very easily.
Yeah.
And I'm also very intrigued by things I don't understand.
Yeah.
And so like I want to know how shit works. So Aesop Rock became like this thing that I had to figure out. More than me liking the music.
Yeah.
It became like this puzzle. And so like, but I have no idea what this guy is saying.
Yep.
What the fuck? I'm done.
Yeah.
So that became like this fascination. So that I bumped the CD. One of the days Tato comes through. I'm like, yo, you need to hear this guy, Joe. Kona out there shouting your voice, bro. Ngati repu space, baba. Like I understand. Okay. Tato play. I was like, oh, Aesop. I'm like, you know this guy?
You didn't tell me?
I'm like, why have you been keeping this a secret? It's like, well, it's not my type of rapper. You want more Aesop? I'm like, hell yeah. It's like, I'll take you to go meet people who actually like this type of rap.
Yeah.
Sharp. about a week or two later, takes me up to the townhouse.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I meet Booty.
Shout out to Booty.
Shout out Booty. And Moose. Shout out
Moose, yo. Hey, we're time traveling
My
now.
man.
Yeah.
This is still like early 2000s.
Yeah.
And just to give you an idea of how weird that meeting was, again, I'm the typical Soweto kid.
Yeah.
Young Don. Like I remember that it's burned in my head, this memory. Like I'm like, this was so weird. Ngiyafika lapha ngikhuphuka no Twiggles. Okay. Niyobona labantu baka Twiggles abathanda Aesop. All right, sharp. How? I remember what I was wearing. That's how weird it was.
Yeah.
Ngifika just to give you a typical Soweto good bengjani back then. Ngishaya ezikhele. Ngishaya ezikhele ngigqoke i-dry fit.
Can you please pause the video to try and imagine Chaka the Great, aka War Bandit, aka Midnight Walker in an SKL? Thank you. Proceed.
Shit, I was killing it too, actually.
Let's go.
So, SKL, ngigqoke i-dry fit evit. Short sleeve dry fit, ngigqoke i-Capri Penny and Nike navy blue with the red stripe. To top it off, you think the SKL was winning? Ngigqoke i-Kavela.
Let's go! Kavela level!
Typical Sowetan, early 2000s, like, nje, we just selokishini.
Sure.
And then I get there. Hey, ngihlangana nezinye ezithu. Lezi was going to nenywele. The hair is just injani, Joe. The clothes are super baggy.
Yeah.
One of them is like super tall. One of them is like super short. By a skater. You're like,
Sure.
And you're like, Jesus. What's that? Nabo same. Banza listen to about tennis. Nini ngidlala hip hops, nini ngidlala rock. I'm like, okay. Hey, man, I'm just here for Aesop, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
And that went on to be a friendship that still exists till this day.
Yeah.
I don't know what kept me there because the contrast was so like
hip hop or talk.
No, I think again I was fascinated by my mind. Like if I don't understand something, I almost like obsess about it.
Yeah.
Like why laba baganje? And then you start meeting the people that they hang out with. You're like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then now you have to adapt. So now manje somela ukukhuluma isilungu samakhala. Hey, now awusakundi manje ayiseke SKL. House nini na ayiseke Kavela, you wearing skating sneakers now. So ugqoka ama DC now. House nini mama ngifuna skateboard nami. Awusazi ukuthi leso skateboard mali ngidura kabi. Like what the? And then you just basically adapt. You fall in line. You're told, just hanging out with these guys and you assimilate. And yeah, that's when I think I wanted to rap. When I heard Aesop, I was like, yo, and you start making sense of what's happening.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, okay, I think I like this.
Yeah.
Not just the music anymore. I'm now falling in love with the art of MCing.
Right.
Like the writing, the rapping, the pockets that he's choosing, the descriptions that he's using, the references, all these things are kind of like falling into place. I'm like, okay. And then that's when I think the love sparks. I guess another person who did that for me would be Krook'd the warmonger.
Yes. The legendary.
Krook'd the warmonger was so out of like stylistically, he was so different.
Because that was actually leading to my next question. Okay, Sharp, I hear you, the American rapper. Is there anyone in SA who had a similar impact? So Krook'd the warmonger.
Krook'd the warmonger. Yeah. So much so he influenced the name War Bandit.
Break that down, homie.
Yeah. War Bandit is a mixture of two names. So the first influence would be the cartoons I used to watch.
Yeah.
I was big into cartoons. There used to be this cartoon program called Metabots.
Yep, I remember
Metabots has a character called War Bandit that I, for some reason, liked. I was like, yo, mysterious. Ooh, this nigga. And then later on, not knowing what he, like the name War Bandit, I'd take it into hip hop. I just liked Amapopeye.
Yeah.
And then later on, one of my homies, Umpo, had borrowed me Maximum Sentence by Togoka.
Maximum sentence.
Listen, one of the greatest hip hop projects in South Africa.
Hands down.
Like,
Yep.
so I'm listening to Maximum Sentence, and okay, I'm a Chaka Lula. You hear people Squatter Camp. Okay, there's a couple of names there, like you kind of sort of familiar with.
Yeah.
And then the audio visual song comes on. I think it's like track 18 or something. The beat again, just very different from all the beats that are on the tape. Comes through slow, boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom.
I remember
boom,
that beat
boom,
in a
boom, boom.
Sprite ad at some
5
point.
FM, Sprite, somewhere there. Yeah, it was like, yeah, that beat. So it comes on. I'm like, okay, by a rapper, whatever. I'm not even like hip. I don't know enough about hip hop to even appreciate people like Ben Sharper. Like Ben Sharper used to get busy, right? I was snares in them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever, by a rapper. And then Krook'd comes on, second verse. Again, the voice catches me. And how he's pronouncing words.
He had a similar like texture in his voice as Aesop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Similar, yes.
Yeah.
And like, okay, kwenzakala la? I initially thought he was Emphatic Tabs because Tabs was like a thing in that era. Like, okay, I thought it was Tabs. Like, yo, okay, maybe I need to figure out more about this Emphatic Tabs guy. Right? I don't know why I thought it was Emphatic Tabs. I just thought it was Tabs for some reason.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Tat, I'm like, yo, you know this guy? Like, yeah, Krook'd. I'm like, oh shit, I need more of this nigga. The same way he was putting me on to Aesop. I'm like, yo, I need more of this guy. And yeah, you get there, you listen, you're like, again, style. I think I'm more into style. Like that's what grabbed me most about like the things about hip hop I like.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I think hip hop sucks now.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like you think it's a joke. I'm not josky. Like for real. Like hip hop is stuck. It's stuck in a format where you only get 3, at the most you get 4 styles. You got the robot voice kids, these I'm from Atlanta, I'm using auto-tune kids. You've got the nerds, these weirdos who try to overcompensate for not having a talent.
Damn.
I'm trying to, like, they think, yeah, I'm gonna cram as many punchlines and that's gonna make me dope. And then you have the look at me, I'm naked girls. You laugh. This is serious. You are laughing because you are looking at the same thing that I'm looking at. Young John. Those are the 3 main styles in mainstream hip hop. Young John. And it's gone to a point where it's stale. Like there's no diversity. There's no options. You're either doing this or fuck off. Young John. I think that's the feel right now. It's like, So back then, you could, like, that's why Maximum Sentence is like one of my favorite tapes.
Yeah.
Like you could move from Squatter Camp to Scavengers to audio visual to these niggas rapping in vernac, these niggas rapping in English. Like it was so much, it was so rich in styles.
Makes you think of a little tape called The Insane Maestro.
Facts.
Facts.
Young John. So
I'm playing. Yeah.
Again, stylistically, and I gravitated towards that. There was something about Krook'd. I was like, why do I rap kanje? Interesting. Okay. And yeah, I think those were like those 2 moments were the first time I was like, I think I want to rap.
Yeah.
Like I think I really want to rap. Or at least I want to do something similar to what these niggas is doing.
Yeah.
That was when I wanted to rap. I started like taking active steps. Other than that, it was just something that Twiggles did. Twiggles was the rapper. Tata was the rapper. Like I remember the first battle I ever saw was between him and Apex.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out to Apex.
Shout out Apex. Tsepo Cbuu.
Yeah.
That was the first battle I saw.
Couldn't you choose Nebula? He used to call himself Nebula.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Nebula. So I'm hanging out with Nebula and they know each other. I'm just like this kid hanging out, no tat.
Sure.
And then they have their little hip hop conversation. Like by fun. And Triggle's like, no, give me a beatbox. So he's been schooling me Triggle's, and I'm hanging out no Mcebisi also, so I'm like picking up these cues.
Yeah.
So like, yo, give me a beatbox. I'm like, I know. And they start battling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go crossroad ya Kaspan.
Yeah.
That's the first time I see a battle. Huh. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. So these Nakona. Even after I saw that, I wasn't interested in hip hop because I don't think they did anything that was interesting enough to me to gravitate towards hip hop. It was just like, oh, it's just this thing I do with my friend Tat.
Yeah.
And it's not until Aesop and Krook'd where I hear where this thing could go. That's when I like actively start rapping or picking up the pen at least.
Got you. So now, fast forward. So, like I mentioned, we meet up around 07, and then 2008. 2008. I tell you that, like, look, man, those beats that I gave you, yeah, maybe we can record some music. I'm looking to go buy a condenser microphone. Once I have that, then we can maybe record some music. Late 2008, I go to Dakochozi, go Park Station, and this is November, December 2008, and I literally walked into one of those shops there at Park Station where they sell like all types of gadgets and whatever. So I walk in and I asked that guy like, yo, give me the cheapest condenser mic you have. Right?
Just give me a condenser mic.
Yeah, just give me, because I want to record some, just anything you got.
The struggle.
You know? Man. And then my man's gives me, you remember the mic?
I know, right? I know exactly what you're talking about.
This condenser mic that we used to connect to my PC with an aux cable. I'm telling you, like, literally, as I walk out the shop, I grab my phone and I call this guy and I go, my mans, you can record some music finally. Oh, word? And then that's when we start working on an album that he probably wants us to move quickly past, which I will do. So we recorded an album.
It's all right. It's not a problem. It's I'm just not going to hide how I feel about it.
It's part of your dark past.
No, it's part of my life. That's a moment that happened.
So we record this album called Deaf Eyes and Blind Ears using that mic. So that is like the first official Pulse Inc. album. By the way,
it's crazy.
My little record label that I was running, I used to call it Pulse Inc., right? So he was like the first official artist at Pulse Inc. and we recorded that. So that was the first album that we worked on. He was obviously writing everything. I was producing most of it. We had production from C's.
I have a beat there, nigga.
You have a beat there.
I did cigarettes, I think.
Yeah. So I used
shitty beats, by the way.
Horrible.
Like no. Shitty beat by me. Like,
and me also.
No, that tape is carried by your beats, nigga. Like, you know how horrible that tape sounds?
Hey, man. I heard it. I heard that tape sning and
it is trash.
And don't be in the comments on some, send us the link, nigga. No. I know. So that was like the beginning of you as an artist sort of learning how to build an album, right? So
yes.
So obviously, if you're still finding your feet, you have influences from albums that you've listened to up until that point. So the next question, which obviously it's a question that I ask all my guests, is that which albums to you would you consider like the most influential in how you create bodies of work, right? And not limited to just hip hop.
Okay.
It can be like albums that for you, you cannot, maybe like you play the whole thing and you can't skip. And it's sort of like, in a way, because I think that this is the same for all musicians, or maybe speaking for myself. Like for me, when I make an album, at the back of my mind, I'm like, I've got to make a college dropout.
Right.
I've got to make a Halloween. Right. I've got to make a Marshall Mathers LP. You know, I've got to make a Heads and Tails. So for you, which albums are those where you were like, damn, this is the peak of putting together a body of work?
Halloween had a huge influence. That was my second album. That was like, this is mine.
Yeah.
I wake up and play this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Halloween. What other album? Do they have to be South African? Oh, they're not limited to even hip hop.
Not limited to hip hop, not limited to
But like I said, I think I'd just be rattling on about my favorite albums, not necessarily albums that influenced me. Like I said, the people who influenced my style of rapping, Krook'd doesn't have an album.
Oh, word?
Yeah. He's just like, he's on a bunch of like concentration camp, pavement specials, couple of loose tracks here and there. It's not like Krook'd doesn't have an album. You know what I'm saying? But those few tracks were enough to make me go, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that Aesop Rock, there was a time where I was a Aesop Rock bootleg now, so that was a huge influence. Labor Days, Float, Bazooka Tooth. I remember back then in like the MiG-33 days, before social media. That was my name actually on MiG-33, Bazooka Tooth.
Yeah,
I met a bunch of people on MiG-33.
Yeah,
but it is a whole different conversation. Made a whole lot of heads. But I don't think there's an album I can point to that I can say, yo, this influenced me. I don't, but there are people who I can point to. My favorite albums, like one of my favorite albums of all time in South African hip hop is Styling Gel by Pitch Black Gaffer.
Yeah.
Tulani and Cleo got busy on that album.
Yeah.
Bravo, shout out Bravo. Doesn't get the respect that it deserves. Because the album got Tulani no Bravo with Cleo on the boards.
Right.
I love that album. I bought it twice.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, that album is amazing to me. But Pitch Black Gaffer clearly has no influence in how I rap.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the people influence me, and the people who make my favorite albums are not necessarily the same thing.
Got you. So now let's talk about your writing process, because it's been very interesting to witness, you know, because there are times when maybe we'd be in studio, I'd be making a beat, and then this guy over here, all of a sudden, out of thin air, he's got a verse and he knows it. So I asked, so this verse, like, did you write it like to a song? Like, what is it? He's like, no, I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can. He's like, I've been writing it in my head. Right? So I'm like, so it's just a random verse that you have sitting there in your head. So, you know, what the hell? Explain that.
So there's layers to that. Layers to, the first one will be the obvious, Jay-Z influence, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't write. No, I write. It's just not in the way that you think it is.
Yeah.
And I started doing that when I realized how I sounded. Okay. Right? And I wasn't impressed with how I was sounding.
Yeah.
That's why I hate Deaf Eyes and Blind Ears. It's carried essentially by your beats, a couple of features.
Horrible beats.
I don't like how I sound on Deaf Eyes and Blind Ears. Right?
Yeah.
I literally sound like some snot-nosed 17-year-old, 16-year-old kid just trying to rap to impress his friends.
So just Aesop.
Young Tall. Like, to give you an image, this is when like I'm starting to like run around the park.
Yeah.
I'm meeting people like Abo Vice, Blackface.
R.I.P. Vice, yo.
The old God Vice.
Yes.
Forever. So, and the sound of the early 2000s is like dungeon rap.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the interesting sound to me. It's like, oh shit, okay. And the homies that I'm hanging out with are doing this certain style of hip hop. So I start naturally falling in line as well. I'm like doing the shit that my friends are doing. And that is not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't ready to make an album. I wanted to make an album, but I wasn't ready. That's even how I met you. The whole fucking was me wanting to make an album because I'd gotten tired of being in Cyphers.
Yeah.
Cyphers got old very quickly. Like I said, my mind just switches off. If something doesn't interest me, like I'm not. So somewhere around 2005, 6, I've been rapping for a couple of years, and then you figure out what this thing is, right?
Yeah.
This rap, this freestyle thing, and it's like, oh, okay. It's not really that impressive, right? You just sit there, you listen to whoever waffle about, rhyming words about nothing, trying to create a punchline, and every 5 or 10 minutes or whenever, there'd be like a decent line that comes in here and there. Otherwise, for the most part, it's just you all standing in a circle and lying to each other about how dope you are. And so it's like, it's a whole lot of noise happening there. Sure. There are very few people, no, don't get me wrong, there are very few people who are like nice, like who are, yo, this nigga does this, right? I wasn't one of them, right? I didn't like how limited it is, because what a freestyle is, it's improv.
Yeah.
It's improv, you're supposed to rhyme, and you're supposed to make sense.
Improvisation, homeboy.
And then there's not enough time for me to formulate my thoughts well enough and say what I want to say in a format of a freestyle. So that used to irritate me. Like, I know what I want to say, but it's not coming out how I want it to sound.
Right.
Right? And then when you figure out, you get to a point where you figure out, oh, some of these niggas is cheating. Like, they're not necessarily freestyling. Like, it's just a bunch of pieces of rehearsed stuff here and there, and they'll join it together with a freestyle, and they'll, okay, so this is what these niggas are doing. So in one, I just shout out from Cyphers, like, you can keep the shit. Started writing, and then when I write, I get to studio, and now I'm reading.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm reading.
Like you're reading, yeah.
And it used to irritate me. I'm like, so that's where the not writing thing happened. I was like, okay, I need to memorize these verses so I can sound more fluid in the booth.
Yeah.
Right? However, there's something about writing something down that, I don't know, my mind just kind of it's half there, half not there. Whereas when I'm writing it in my head, I'm forced to remember this. But I'm like, yo, that's kind of dope. Shit, let me connect it just now. You start like, and you're like, basically, it could take a whole day.
Yeah.
Piecing in 1681, just in your head, just piecing it together. So that's where that comes from. And then obviously, I'm not gonna front about like the Jay-Z now, about Jay-Z. Like, that also had an influence too, or Lil Wayne. But it was more about me being annoyed at how I sounded.
Right.
Like, I need to sound better. This can't be. Again, style matters to me. And beyond whatever nonsense you want to say, who are you? What do you want to say? Or are you just another one of these space filler niggas? You're just here to fill up space. So I'm like, if you think I'm critical of other people, you have no idea how much criticism I throw towards myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very harsh on myself to a point where people are like, why aren't you? Like, no, I'm just honest with myself. I don't know if that makes you uncomfortable, but I'm not one to lie to myself. Like, if something is there, I'm not saying I know everything.
Yeah.
No. We're all naive to certain things. But when something happens, you have a choice to make. Like, you either ignore that information or you take that information for what it is. And I heard myself. I wasn't impressed at how I sounded. I'm like, nah. And that's why the second tape is called Unfinished Business.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, I want to go make something that I want to do. I want to go rap about shit that I want to rap. I don't want to rap so Vice can give me props. I don't want to rap because Black can give me props. Like I said, I switched off from the cypher world.
Yeah.
I literally stopped going to sessions. Like, you can keep this shit. I want to go figure out how to make music, right? And that's where the non-writing thing comes from. Like, just me not being impressed with how I sounded whenever I heard myself. Like, this ain't it.
Right. So your Sotra Cyphers exclusive, right? Considered by other MCs that I've spoken to as like, one of that we have on the platform. So a kid who sees you going off in that exclusive and assumes that, wow, okay, I can do that too. That looks easy.
Stop lying to yourself.
What piece of advice would you give to that kid who's just trying to, get their, I don't know, get their foot in the cipher, so to speak. Like,
I mean, there's no cipher.
Not even cipher, but
like, I guess Tony is running innocent ciphers, so some of y'all are still out here.
Yeah, so a kid who just wants to be a super, super dope rapper. What advice would you give that kid?
Don't lie to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with you. Like, I didn't become good because I lied to myself. Like, I'm dope. No, I'm very much aware of the time and effort that I put in to getting where I am.
Right.
And that came from me being obsessed about this thing. Like I said, when I discovered Aesop, it was like, I need to figure out what is happening here.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not stuck on Aesop, Pella. You also like discover other guys. Okay, there's a Vest Air now. Vest Air raps like this. Oh, there's this guy. They're into beats like this. The hip hop world starts unfolding, right, to you. And you have to make a decision there of like, am I really interested in this, or am I just doing it for cool points? And most people are actually doing it for cool points.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks. Like, if you loved the shit as much as you pretend to, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go out there and put out that song. You wouldn't put out that video. It's you just wanting attention. You want a hug. It has nothing to do with the music.
Yeah.
Because if it was about the music, you and your friends or whoever would sit there and say, yeah, we could do better. Maybe let's not put this out. But niggas go out and flood the fucking internet.
Gold, boy. Gold,
young John, everyone is a gold. You're like, no. So it's about respecting. First and foremost, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to love it. And then if you love it, I guess the other things fall into place. The respect will fall into place. Because now you really love this. Like, yo, shit. Young John.
Yeah.
I think that's the best piece of advice I can give you. Be honest with yourself. There's too many people out here who are living lies, Joe. We don't need another fucking loser out here living a lie. Just be yourself, and if that's where it leads you, hey man, then so be it.
Yeah.
Like I said in the beginning, I'm just a regular ass Sowetan kid. Well, not a kid anymore, I'm a fucking adult now.
Yeah.
But I just happen to rap very well. That's why you know me. You don't know anything else about my life. Well, not you, obviously, but just... Like, that's no grab.
Yeah.
Because I obsessed about this thing for years, right? And yeah, that's the honest advice I could give you. Just be honest with yourself. Don't do this because your friends want to do it. My friends were doing it. I did not care until it actually hit me. I was like, oh shit. Young John. Otherwise, and all this nonsense, Joe. Like, you're just packing the game up with just noise, Joe. Just a whole lot of noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess that shit matters to losers, Validation. Hey, me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Young John. It's a bunch of low self. Like, you can actively see it. Just a bunch of weirdos with low self-esteem out here. Like, bruh, go be an engineer. Go be a lawyer. Go do something else. You clearly don't like that. You just want to be cool. And now what's worse is you fall into this American fantasy where you think you're gonna be a star and you don't understand how the game works. And like, you think those people are there because they're talented. Is that what the fuck you think this is happening out here? Those people are not there because how many talented people you know that are nicer than these motherfuckers and will never get the opportunity? It's not about your talent. A lot of people come in chasing that, and I think that's what goes wrong.
Yeah,
they don't like the art, or they don't fall in love with the actual craft. They fall in love with what they could get, what they think they can get.
Yeah,
and that what they think they can get doesn't even connect to the art. It's a budget. It's a marketing budget.
Damn.
There's money put into you to buy airplay, to buy a TV space, billboards. You are a product, and you are built to sell other products. At some point, you are gonna get an endorsement. So Tengisi Nike. Now you're only supposed to dress Nike, or you're supposed to Tengisela Amanzi. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, it's that is business. That is not the art world. These people are at Ispan. They are working. You have to separate between the entertainers and the artist.
Yeah.
Some people are here to entertain. most artists aren't entertainers. Like I don't consider myself an entertainer. That's why you don't see me in these. Like I'm not here for your entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like your opinion does not matter to me that much. I'm here because I actually like what I do. Like I this thing still fascinates me. That's why I'm so like part of it. That's the excitement. If that wasn't there, I would have long gone. You would have never gotten anything. And so like it's the obsession. The same way you obsessed about SPeeKa and all these R.E.A, D-Rex and all these producers. Is the same way I think I obsess about like people who write music very well, not people who write rap.
Right.
You have to write music, whether that song is an R&B song, hip hop song, whatever it is. Let that be the best of whatever you're trying to do.
Got you. Right. So as a fan of just rap and lyricism, right? Who and man, I cannot wait to hear this one from you, my nigga. who because this nigga is a difficult man to impress. I don't know if you can tell, but difficult to impress.
Man, gotta have standards.
Yeah. For you, who would you like to see come up to Sotra Cyphers and just rip it apart?
Oh, easy. Fucking
tell them there, please.
Kulichana. Kulani Murule, please.
Please, sir.
Rogoba Krodman, please. Kuliano.
Yeah.
Dukes would come in, rip shit.
Ash.
There's not many good MCs.
There it is.
Like, no, there's people who can rap. I can sit here and list a bunch of people who rap, but it's like, do I really want to listen to you?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, we've had Stogie here. Shit, you know how much like Tony. You know how much love I have for Tony. Just even beyond him just being a rapper. There's just there's some energy about Tony. It's just
100%.
Like, this is greatest chance. And he just happens to be a fucking amazing ass rapper.
One of the best in the country.
Tony gets busy.
Yes.
Somewhere out there, there's a MC called, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Kashan.
You.
Somewhere out there called Kashan. If he can pop up here, that'd be dope.
Kashan, where for art thou? Kashan.
Who else? I don't know. I've heard like the people that I want to hear. Sphili, I've heard Sphili like has an interesting pocket. Like he has an interesting lane of like Sphili.
Yes.
I'm told. Obviously, Shazy's like the usual stuff. Knox. Like I've heard most people that I wanna hear rap here, but I'm like, one day Kuli is gonna pull up your peli party, Joe. Your peli would say rap.
Yeah.
I'm told. I mean, I would have expected you to have Quest up here.
Please, K1 Court, please, man.
Questa's nice. Shit, if you want to talk about Questa, there's somewhere out there, there's a motherfucker that I'm happy. Well, not happy. I'm right. Like he's not like out here torturing like as tourists. Can you out about to Kid X out there?
Stop playing now.
Can you out to talk Kid X out there? One day, maganga vuga le man there, and this with ngathi nina call. Yay, it's a problem. Young John.
CGP, Philippine.
Foreign mom, Philippine, still looks legal. No papers, who can't go left, CGP. My man, listen.
Stop playing.
Shout out. Thank the God. Bonging goes.
Yes. Thank the God.
Young John. Yes. There's not too, like we've had the niggas. Doomy's been here. Verb would be interesting. Envy's been here.
Yeah, it's Verb, but man, Verb breaks my heart, man.
Yeah, it's not even
breaks my heart.
Verb is still Verb. Don't ruin Verb for me. Verb is still Verb. He's still the guy that made the book of Proverbs. Don't ruin Verb for me.
But I gotta know, like the way hip hop broke his heart.
Yeah,
breaks my heart.
That's why he was as good as he was.
Yeah,
he really loved this shit. Like you don't become that nice by mistake. Guy.
Right.
Yeah. Verb, as highly unlikely as it is, would be a mindfuck if you pulled up.
Goes without saying.
But
man. Yeah.
Kanye Mavi, Siskanye. Kunjani Siskanye? I got siyacela. Yes.
Stairs.
I blind. I say now. All the nonsense I'm speaking, wangithatha serious mina wangithatha serious. Ula, company galo. Kanye pulling up here would be insane. Kanye Mavi pulls up here, it's bash.
Yeah.
I bash.
Straight up.
And yeah, I mean, there's not too many. Like I said, I'm not like I'm not in the hip hop. I'm having a very big crash out with hip hop right now.
Yeah.
So my head is not in like hip hop world. I just know who are some of the ones I'd like to hear. And Cooley Chana is pretty up on that list. Kid X is on that list. Kanye Mavi is on that list. K-Sean is on that list. There's a couple of like real recognized real. Young Tola, it's that would be for like the writers, the people that I'm naming. Like it's beyond they're famous, and it's just like people who do this and appreciate it. I think would lose their minds. Of like Cooley Chana just came here and gave us like 4 minutes, Joe.
Yes.
What? Young Tola?
That is one heck of a wish list, man.
You see?
Yeah, man. So, hey, Banditi.
So Zandile.
What? It's only been 600 million hours. What do you mean?
I listen.
Yeah, but you know what it is, dog? Like, again, for those who know me and know you and know just our story, they already know, man, like, going forward, he knows.
Yo, they don't know enough, bro.
Like, yeah. Man, listen. We'll
hold on.
We'll have
can I have a fan moment before like, do you the Sotra Cypher exclusive, the Chaka the Great Sotra Cypher exclusive? Yeah. Do you know that he made that beat in like 10 to 15 minutes? Like, no one knows that. I'm sitting here watching this guy like, because and that's why like it's very hard for me to work with other people. Like me and him. Like, I understand that. And he knows exactly what I'm talking about. I need. Obviously, the perks of being the first one here is you get unlimited access to the stash. So I pull up here. I'm like, yo, play me some shit. He starts playing shit. So I'm like, nah, none of these are clicking. Like, they're nice beats, but that's not where my vibe is. I'm like, man. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of faking the American gimmick, Joe. Like, and I had a conversation. That exclusive was actually triggered by a conversation with a guy that was like, Untanga asked me, "Gutinya rap?" And I said yes. And he says, "Rap as usha CP style." And just for kicks, I said, "Kasirap." The look he gave me, he's like, "Kasirap." That shit just pissed me off. I'm like, I'm like, okay, sharp. Something to them. So I pull up here, I'm like, yo, give me something.
Yeah.
Those beats are not like, dog, I'm fucking gas, go. Put me into the location. Yeah. And this nigga just starts chopping shit up. Ding, 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 ding. Zatu Mandon. I'm like, all right. So there's a lot of moments like that. There's things in the hard drive that I'm afraid the world will never get to hear.
Young John.
I'm like, yo.
And don't drop it when I'm dead. Don't drop it. It's supposed to stay hidden.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot we haven't touched. I mean, we didn't even. There's a whole history of like the Pulse Inc. generation.
No, we'll have a part 2. We'll have a part 2 just for that.
Okay, so it's just about like,
yeah.
Who do you hate? Tell us, Chaka. Who do you hate? Like, fuck all these niggas.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, as I was saying, yeah, man. So you know, dog. Always, me. I'm a big fan of War Bandit and Midnight Walker and Tepo Chaka and Chaka the Great. And number 5, the Defender. It's got a million names, yo. We need an entire episode just to break down his names. But yeah, man, if we're talking day ones, this is obviously a very full circle moment, because from the very beginning, just doing it because we are fans of this thing and we just wanted to see if we could also do it. And here we are all these years later and still messing around with it, man. So,
Shout out to the fucking glue. Shout out to Kulu.
Shout out to Kulukhari
Like
Talks,
this whole thing doesn't happen without Kulu.
Straight up.
I don't even know if she knows how important she is to like what became the Pulse in movement.
She knows.
Oh, she does. Okay.
She knows.
She probably gives you hell about it too, huh?
He knows. Yeah. So shout out to Kulukhari Talks.
Shout out Kulu. Shout out Twitter.
Yeah, man. So shout out to my guy Pantiti.
Amen.
Appreciate you, man, Nick. So yeah, let's do it against Ning Ning, another influence of here.
Kuna Matara.